cold wind howled through the narrow alleyways of the slum, carrying the scent of burning wood and stale bread. The city never slept, but for those who had no home, the night was merciless. 10-year-old Ayan sat on the cold pavement, cradling his 5-year-old sister Rina in his thin arms, his own body shivering but shielding her from the biting winter air. Their mother had passed away last winter, her frail body unable to fight the relentless sickness that poverty had gifted them. Their father, a daily laborer, had gone in search of work weeks ago and had not returned. Hunger had become their constant companion, gnawing at their bellies like an insatiable beast. Ayan reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, cold coin, the last coin he possessed. It was not enough for a full meal, not enough to silence the cries of hunger in their fragile bodies, but it was all he had. "Pai, my tummy hurts," Rina whimpered, her small fingers clutching the fabric of his tattered sweater. Her once bright eyes were now dull, her little lips cracked from the cold. Ayan's heart twisted painfully, but he forced himself to smile. "I'll get us something to eat, okay? Just wait here," he whispered, tucking her into the corner of a closed shop where the wind was slightly less cruel. He ran towards the bakery at the end of the street, where the scent of freshly baked bread made his stomach ache even more. The shopkeeper, a burly man with tired eyes, glanced at him as he placed the single coin on the counter. The man sighed but said nothing, taking the coin and handing him a small piece of dry bread. Ayan ran back to Rina, his hands trembling. He tore the bread into tiny pieces, offering her the first bite. She chewed slowly, savoring each morsel as if it were a feast. He watched her eat, his own stomach growling, but he didn't take a bite. "Eat, Pai," Rina urged, breaking off a piece, and holding it to his lips. He smiled and shook his head. "I'm not hungry. You eat first." She didn't argue. She was too weak to protest. As night fell, the city's lights flickered in the distance, oblivious to the two souls fighting against fate. Ayan pulled Rina closer, his arms around her tiny body, his own hunger and exhaustion forgotten in the face of a single thought: tomorrow would be better. It had to be. A sudden rustling sound caught his attention. He turned to see a woman, wrapped in a thick shawl, watching them with sorrowful eyes. She had been observing them for a while, unnoticed, in the shadows. With a heavy sigh, she stepped forward and extended her hand, offering a small bag of food. "Take this, child," she said gently. "You need it more than I do." Ayan hesitated. Pride and desperation waged war within him. But Rina, too weak to understand, reached out with trembling hands. The woman smiled softly, her eyes filled with unspoken understanding, and walked away into the night. Ayan clutched the bag of food, tears burning his eyes. Perhaps, just perhaps, kindness still existed in this cruel world. And maybe, just maybe, tomorrow would indeed be a little brighter. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more heart-touching stories. Your support means everything.